we are doing something completely different with our good friends from the Swimrun Labs, and we are doing our inaugural 2022 Gear Awards. But these aren't your normal Gear Awards.
Welcome to the Low Tide Boys, a Swimrun podcast. I'm Chip.
And I'm Chris.
I'm Annie.
And this is Brooke.
And this is episode 156 of the show. Now, if that sounded super weird and awkward, it's probably because it was. On this episode, we are doing something completely different with our good friends from the Swimrun Labs, and we are doing our inaugural 2022 Gear Awards. But these aren't your normal Gear Awards. You'll see how as we get through it. But first of all, Annie, Brooke, how you guys doing? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Same to you. Feeling festive.
Yeah. Went for a swim in the snow today. It's snowing on the island.
Wow.
Yeah, as did I.
So you were in the water?
Was steaming.
The ocean was like warmer than the air and the land.
Nice.
Yeah.
Were you wearing a wetsuit?
It was super holiday
I just did
vibes.
like a skins dip. A skins centering, mindful, feel your body dip.
I mean, your blood's centered to the center of your body because it's trying to protect your vital organs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very centering dip.
Yeah, you feel very present until you can't feel your extremities.
Until you don't feel
I presently
anymore.
can't feel my hands.
I feel more present. I feel more present when I can't feel my extremities.
Yeah, well, there's less to have to worry about, I guess.
Totally.
Really prioritizes things for you.
Yes. This arm, not a priority anymore. It's gone.
Wow.
This took a dark
this is my
turn
favorite
quickly.
show of the year, by the way. So should
Great
we
to
talk
be
about
here.
these?
Thanks for having us.
First time, long time.
we always appreciate having you guys on. We love you guys. So for this year, we're doing these gear categories that basically came up with a little while ago, but we wanted to do a little bit different and not be so obvious as to what's the best pool buoy of the year and stuff like that, because we all know the winner anyway. So the first award that we're giving out this year, and by the way, everyone's a winner. This is more or less just for topics for discussion, is the Upgrade Award, which is the award for best update on a previous model.
I want to go first.
All right.
Go for it.
I'm going to say abroad, I'm going to submit the 2022 version of the ARC Uto and Orno X suits.
I second that 100%. And I know what you're going to say, so go ahead and say it.
And I'll say because their cutting edge technology or the internal pockets that they added, which are horizontal entry pockets. So not vertical, horizontal. You enter from the side on the inside of where your core is. And the Orno X, even maybe just a +1 on that with the new thermal properties using a thin layer of titanium fabric to help with insulation in cold water. That's my
That's
vote.
a good one.
Yeah. What about you?
Mine is a little bit meta. My upgrade.
Of course it is, Annie.
Are you surprised?
It is early in the show, though. Just
we're not
No, don't worry.
It's in here.
I'm not going to go any deeper than this, I promise. But my upgrade of the year award is the Swimrun Bra Market.
You know what?
Oh,
That's a great call.
Nice.
Yeah, because up until this year, there has been one Swimrun bra
True.
on the market.
Well, two. Head.
It wasn't Swimrun specific, though. That was a bra with pockets.
Oh.
But it wasn't
okay.
Swimrun specific.
Okay.
So the concept being a bra that fits well, a bra that plays well with a wetsuit, a bra that does not have any soggy type materials,
Or chafy
and a bra with,
chafes.
or chafy chafes, and a bra with pockets. And Brooke's right. There used to be two bras with pockets. One of them was major chafy chafes, not for Swimrun. The other one was specifically for Swimrun, the new Lapa bra. And this year there is one more Swimrun bra on the market, which has effectively doubled the number of Swimrun bras on the market, the ARC Kangaroo bra. And there's a new one on the horizon from a company called Swidgen which is a company that only has one product, which is a swimrun bra. And they've been like deep in development the last couple years working with the women or the people with breasts in the swimrun community. And that's really exciting.
Are those the people that
awesome.
reached out to you for input?
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And I was like part of a beta testing group, and it's available.
Nice.
It's available for pre-order right now.
Cool.
Well,
Well,
that's
we'll make
cool.
sure to get that link.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
So
put
I
that
would
link
say,
on
like-
the show notes there. Great call out, Annie.
Yeah.
Annie, I have to
Big
say,
upgrade.
when because now on this new device that Chip has for these podcasts, we get to see each other, and you lifted up your arms, and I thought for a second you were going to show us
Show and tell.
one of the bras.
You're like, and I'm wearing it right now.
I thought that was happening. I was really looking forward to it, and I'm a little disappointed it didn't happen.
To all the
of people are
listeners
like-
out there, it didn't happen, and it's never going to.
And before you go searching, it's not going to be on YouTube. So just move on with your lives.
I was just stretching.
So, true to Annie being
Pretty good.
meta, I misunderstood this category. I feel like
How on
that's
brand.
something that I do
think
a lot.
any way you understood it is the right way to understand it, I think.
All right,
so-
I took it as like my own personal upgrade, like not necessarily
That
within
works.
a brand.
That works.
And I don't know if anybody's kind of caught wind of this, but I don't really upgrade things a lot. Like I've stuck with the same swimrun shoe, the same swimrun socks,
Socks.
the same swimrun goggles, same swimrun partner. But there's no upgrade to the partner. But this year I did upgrade to my anti-chafing kit, and I am a 2 Toms firm believer. So I used to use like Body Glide, Vaseline, Kinesio tape, and now it's just pure 2 Toms all the way.
Extreme or just regular?
Just, you know me, Chip. It's
That's
just
true.
regular. Just
That's
straight
true.
up regular.
I'll also piggyback off Brooke's interpretation of the question. I'll second the 2 Toms lube as well. That was a personal upgrade for me. I will say I also upgraded. I got a new Garmin Phoenix 7X. Upgrade in
Ooh.
battery life. This thing
Nice.
will run for like a month.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So the
Chip
new
was ready
the
for
new
the one water race with that watch.
yeah, the new watch battery
Ooh.
technology seems to be definitely a good upgrade on the
What,
Phoenix
like literally,
7s.
what is the battery life?
It tells you based on whatever mode, or if you're going to enter a sport or an activity, it will tell you like if you're going to go for a run, it will say 7 days, like just with your GPS, just running or whatever. If you're just going for a swim, it'll tell you if my watch is charged, 70, 80%, just swimming laps, it says it can go for 127 hours or something like
Oh my
just
gosh.
insane.
That's cool. So it front loads before you even start recording.
Yeah,
It's
so
a-
you'll understand
Nice.
what your battery life is before.
Yeah.
And if you're just wearing it
Nice
around,
flex.
I mean, weeks.
It's kind of like electric cars.
Plus, it has solar.
Like tells you that your miles depending on all the
Yeah, your
features
range.
you're using.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
It's
it.
solar too, right?
It's what?
It's solar. Does it have
Yes,
solar
it does.
charging?
Yeah,
Ooh,
this is the
charges?
second. This is the second generation that it actually has a very thin solar ring around the outside of the watch, so it will actually recharge when you're out.
If you live in a solar climate.
Yes.
if you are exposed to the
We
sun.
here,
Right.
our ocean is steaming.
Yeah, our ocean is steaming compared to the outside. We have not seen the sun for
Wow.
a little while.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Chris, you said
I
the
like it.
arc suits as well.
Oh yeah, I think the arc suit's like by far from a previous model. I mean, it was a good upgrade. Not just the side pockets. I think also the ones in the back.
Yeah, that's a
the
good
Have
call.
you guys tried the Orno X with titanium fabric?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
what we
toasty?
wore at Attila.
That's right.
Yes.
So we
Have
were,
you done
we were
any
inquiring
nerdy?
with Daniel Sand about what exactly they use, and he said the technology is very cutting edge and some very thin fabric
Cool.
with titanium.
Have you done any super nerdy like temperature testing side by side, or not to question where you're coming from at all? But
No. I mean, we haven't because we were saving the new Orno X's. Like we used them in training once, and then we just saved them for the race.
yeah,
So
I understand not blowing the new Orno X on nerdy testing.
Yeah. Should we move on to the next category,
Let's
the next
do it.
award
Yeah.
category?
Yeah.
What is it, Chris?
This is the Award. I'm going to do that one again. The Award
Huh.
for the most surprisingly useful piece of kit.
Mm.
There's a new piece of kit or something that you've realized that it's just really, really useful. So if you'd like, I can go first to give you guys a little sense of what I was thinking with this
I got
category.
one queued up as well, but I went first last time, so I'll spread the wealth.
Well, I mean, I don't need to go first. If you guys got answers, go for it.
Take it away, Chris.
I'm going to go with the 2 Toms lube.
Ah!
Whoa.
Yeah, that was one where I was like, I've been using lube for a while. This one's really much better, 2 Toms lube. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have
So
thunk it?
when we have a regular swim group around here, and this woman was spraying her lube out of a little spray bottle, but it was just like kind of like throwing up on her. You know, it wasn't like an actual spray because it was like kind of gelatinous, and it was just like what, like puking on her neck. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Well, 2 Toms, the roller runs out way before the actual lube does. So what she does is she like cuts the bottom of the 2 Toms off and then pours it in this little squirt bottle that she has, and then uses the rest of the 2 Toms."
Wow.
Dedication.
She has
That's impressive.
inherited some Depression era conservation skills.
Yeah. Well,
Chipper is also not overly expensive. You could just toss it if you're getting to the bottom.
true.
You know what? Maybe some people care about Mother Earth, Chip.
I mean, Chipper recycles his crayons and bakes them. Or maybe that was that's the royal Chipper. You guys took a bunch of crayons and sort of
What do you
renewed
do
them.
with them once they're all baked? Make a giant crayon?
Yeah, it's just a giant crayon that's shaped like a muffin.
So you're judging,
And there's
a
only one
woman
color,
who-
brown.
Yeah, it's just a giant brown.
You, crayon melter, are judging a woman who uses all of her 2 Toms by putting it in a squirt bottle.
In my defense, yes. But this was a wife-led activity, and it was also to entertain the kids for 2 hours, that was successful. So any of the parents
that's
will
actually
understand.
That's impressive.
Oh, yeah.
Sacrifices to be made.
Maybe she had her kids with like big saws, like sawing off the bottom of those 2 Toms and filling it up in squirt bottles. Maybe it was really
I
entertaining.
should not have passed judgment. I retract the judgment. The statement.
Well, Chris, I'm glad you.
That's a good.
Yeah, I'm glad you know. Yeah, it is a good. You never would have thunk.
Yeah.
I'm just going to piggyback on that because mine's kind of similar. It's sort of like mine's /duh, which is using anti-fog spray on my goggles.
I can see people
This is
getting
my new
really
favorite
sick of
gear.
this section pretty quickly.
I feel very accomplished with this category.
Yeah, but I'm not going to stop.
No. I love that.
Okay, so the definition of this category is that whatever it is surprisingly useful. Like I used to spit in my goggles, and I have this spray now that's called shark spit, and apparently it's better than mine.
I agree.
I also was using the spit this year. I'll +1 that exact thing, Annie.
Yeah.
Great. Shark spit?
Yeah, shark spit, 100% agree.
Nice.
You just got to make sure you rinse it pretty well, because that stuff can... If you put it, I sometimes load it up a little bit too much, in my anxiety pre-race. I'm, putting on way too much spit, and
lube.
It like blinds me the first swim. So,
oh my God. It's not advisable.
Yeah,
careful
not
where
advisable.
your
You need to have
rods
a
and
safety
stuff.
warning on that bottle.
Yeah, is in my upgrade to my watch, I have been having a little irritation with the watch band. So I'm looking around, and on Garmin, the new bands are $50, $60, $70. So I went on Amazon. I got a $15 pack for 2. Very nice Velcro strap. And I thought, how's this going to retain water? How's it? I'll tell you, it's the most comfortable thing, and it works perfectly in a swim run setting. So, who'd have thought a Velcro watch band if you're having any irritation? Or I think the problem for me was I couldn't get the strap to fit just perfectly on. I was sort of in between 2 sizes, so I either had to go too small or it was like too loose. And the Velcro, you can just dial it right in, and I wear it all day. Even at night
was,
sleeping, I just take it off for a shower.
How long?
It was
have
like
you
a
owned
Goldilocks situation.
How long have you had it?
4 months.
I used it for a couple races.
I know when you got
already.
it.
And it's still like in pretty good, because you have Velcro.
Yeah, I agree. And so, I haven't sprung for the $50 version one that just says Garmin on it, but it's probably the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But this Amazon was 2 for $15.
There you go.
So I thought even if I go through 1 or 2 of them a year, that's not overly. I have a couple. I'll be needing a watch upgrade before.
Man, Chip, I feel like we're in the same cosmic corridor about our revelations right now.
Huh.
Can I mention my other that just came to me, which is also my watch band? Because having an ill-fitting watch band is a real day squasher. And I got a new watch band. So what's so funny about that? It is. And I got it on Etsy, and you send the watch band maker the measurement of your wrist. So it literally is a Goldilocks situation, your wrist circumference. And it's a really heavy duty, but comfortable, like elastic band. It's this wide elastic.
Oh yeah, it's
Anyways.
like the Rolexes from the 80s. They were all like that.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't have all of those little pinchers in it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's all
I'm
like
going down
it's like one
a
piece
major
of,
rabbit hole here.
It's like one piece of rubber. Well, no, this is the category. This is perfect.
I like that.
Yeah.
The Velcro one has a little give as well, but not as much as what Annie's showing there. Okay.
Anyway, there's
Custom
options, people.
Etsy
You don't
watch.
have to buy from Garmin if you need a new watch band.
Okay,
Good.
this is for Garmin. I know they have
Yeah.
Etsy bands for Apple Watch and all sorts of stuff as well. But
I'm loving this category.
Yeah, it's
Your
a good
turn,
one.
Brooke.
Thank you guys.
now I'm trying to think of more.
So mine is not a gear that I own, but a gear piece that I observed at a race. And I would qualify it as a And it is those roll-up sunglasses that you get at the eye doctor that are just the shades. And when they come off, they roll up like a little snap bracelet. You remember those?
Mm-hmm.
And you can just like stuff it in your new sports, Swimrun sports bra, or in any of that tiny little, that tiny little pocket for the
Whistle
French fry.
pocket.
The whistle pocket or the French
joint?
fry pocket.
Oh yeah,
the
for
joint pocket on
the joint pocket on the
Orca.
Orca.
from Orca Core.
Orca
from
Core. That is what that was
2018.
made for. Yeah, it was made for those little roll-up sunglasses. But I just thought that was so brilliant for people who, can't tolerate the sun gleaming in their eyes on a run.
There has been some times where
and you look really cool too.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And if you get your eyes dilated, you're covered.
If you happen to see the eye doctor prior to a race, you're covered. And I think they fit under your goggles if you wear those like really big open water goggles. You just put your goggles over them.
Yeah. Like I think what people refer to as the Adam Skolnicks, the big old.
Oh yeah, like a mask as a nose
Steel
cover.
mask. Yeah.
I wear that for open water. I feel
Yeah.
like it makes me able to see what's in the sea, like in a 360-degree view. I don't know.
Wow, that's
Jacques
good.
Cousteau style.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I have utilized my goggles for basically sunglasses. If we were
while
running
running?
into a thing before, yeah, and you kind of feel a little bit silly, and you kind of heat up a little bit, but
That's not a bad idea.
You're already swim running, which is a pretty
you're already
silly
looking.
thing.
Yeah,
historic,
yeah,
so,
totally.
That's not a bad idea. I like that too.
yeah, but
Good
Yeah,
category.
Category.
But you won't look like Terminator or anything. All right, you guys ready for the next category?
Yeah, I wish we
Yeah.
had
Have
some
it.
more like words with, I like that. I liked that a lot. But
I don't know
maybe
if the
not.
audience
Maybe
does.
next year.
Yeah, I don't think the audience appreciates it.
So this is the Compression Bandage Award. I guess it could also be the Whistle Award for the most unused piece of kit, or uninspired, or just not useful piece of kit.
Oh man, this is a category that I was unaware of, Chris. This did not go out in the memo, but I'm on it.
I will say
I think it was
that
in the
what
It was in the memo.
Was it in the memo? Oh,
definitely
yeah.
in the memo.
Brooke did not read the entire memo.
It's all right. Skimmed. That's fine.
Okay, At this point, no one's listening anymore. So it's,
Yeah, we've lost everyone.
The 30th, huh?
Annie's
They
mom,
just turned it off.
Annie's mom is still listening. For
That's
sure.
you. Hello, if you are still there. Oh man.
I feel like this year I really try to make an effort to reduce all unnecessary items from the kit. But
Yeah.
there is one piece that race after race I do forget, and it is the backside of the Velcro strap where when you get your swimsuit, the little coverage. And I always leave that on because I don't fully Velcro up my suit. And then I'm like, I go to Velcro it up right before the race, and I'm like, oh shit, now I got to carry this little Velcro piece around with me for 10 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
that's a good one.
Do you really do that every race?
Every race.
It's part of babying your gear. You know, you gotta put that
I
little
feel
thing
like
on
it
there
says
just in
more
case.
about your learning curve, but it's another.
I mean, if we want to have a Chipper's Problems episode, that's one for the ages. I'm happy to go down whatever.
It's gonna have to be a bonus show, I think.
Yeah, I should be paying people.
That show should come out on a Sunday. All right. This one was kind of hard for me because I'm like you, Chipper. I'm like, if it's unused, I'm not bringing it.
Yeah.
So this is a super dorky answer, but my actual compression bandage.
Yeah. Good answer.
Yeah.
Although I bet when you need to use that thing, you're so grateful that you have it.
Absolutely. It's like insurance, but
So here's my thought on compression bandages, right? So they make them super tiny now, but I'm a firm believer if you have to carry this thing, you should actually carry a compression bandage that if you actually need a compression bandage, it will work as required.
Agreed. My compression bandage
would be like a little tourniquet or something.
Totally. Yeah. Mine takes up more space than the super mini one because I feel the same way. It's like if we're doing this, we're doing it.
Yeah. Like if I actually need to bust this thing out, it better damn work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This category though did make me think back to like all the stuff I used to have in my kit that I would like cringe to if someone, showed up at the start line and was like, take these.
Well, what are some of those things?
Like what?
Primarily like flotation elements like spaced throughout my body in random like stuffed in my socks or tied to my shoes
your shoe floaties. Do you remember?
You were stuffing your socks with flotation?
Well, remember when there were like the calf
shin guards?
Shin guards?
You guys had that's mine.
Oh no!
Okay.
I know it's not from this year. It's not technically 2022 because it's super old school. But those shin guard floaties, I still have them. I still have the Colty
I have mine
ones.
too.
And,
me too.
There's another brand that I have.
Those are probably good if you're going to take up Muay Thai or something.
I know. That's why I saved them.
You don't want a shin buster.
I actually use them to like hold ice packs on my calf when I like feel like I have a little bit of a strain.
Well, if you're listening to this show and you're just getting into swimrun and you're eyeing flotation calf, shin floats,
don't do it.
Just pass.
And they retain so much water. Those Colty ones take on much water.
It's like pickle weights.
Yeah,
it's like 3 ankle weights.
But and then do you remember, Annie, those little shoe ones that they were actually sold? Who sold those? What company sold those? The little shoe floaties.
I know, right? I think it was
Nike.
I think it was New and You.
Was it?
Either that or
There's a couple brands that had it.
And you tie them onto and then you had to empty your shoe during a race, and you had to unlace the floaty, unlace your shoes, empty the shoe, relace the floaty. Like that was a stupid invention. Sorry. I'm so sorry for anybody.
I think probably the corollary of that was when Chipper and I did California Swim Run in 2018, there was this German team there and they looked like very svelte. We were like, they're going to win, and they did. On one of the guys had basically these little tiny fins, these little baby fins on the top of his shoes.
Like around the toe? Just on the toe?
It was like little duck feet kind
cool.
of thing.
I thought that's really cool. Yeah. I like that. Well, if you're more a runner and not a swimmer, I guess, because I wouldn't want to be kicking on the swim, but personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
You know what? So for me, and this is something I really wanted to love, but I ended up carrying it in multiple races and just never using it, is the Arc Halo. That's the neoprene strap that you wear, basically to cover your ears.
You liked that though for one race.
I never. I mean, I've brought it to several races and just have never used it because in training, I just couldn't get it to fit right. Like you take your swim cap off and then you try to put it back on, and then it looks like you're like, turned into a super cranium guy or something. I don't know. It's just I could never get the fit right, which was a bummer because I wanted to really like that product.
Yeah.
I also think your hand hasn't been forced where you're like, I think if you keep carrying that with you, similar to your arm warmers, there will come a time. It is such a small little tidy package. There will come a time in that I feel like that will be an ass saver for you. I have another proposal for you. Your Surf Ears lanyard. You have didn't you optimize out of that a little bit?
True. Did you?
That's true. Yes. So for
my
Worlds,
only complaint about that product.
Yeah. So it stays in your ear if you have, as long as you have like the right attachment to make sure it fits. So so for Worlds, I actually took the lanyard off because I was worried about them flopping around and taking them off.
And then like getting zipped up into your wetsuit and chafing. That's happened to me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I'm like, I'm just going to leave these things in. It's fine. And I ended up actually losing one
the whole time. No worries about them.
Yeah.
Ooh,
but I ended up losing one
really
because I didn't have
idea.
a lanyard across the finish line. I went to stuff them in my kangaroo top and it's gone. So I had to get a new set. But
I like that idea.
We'll get them next year on Uto. We'll pick them up. We'll find them there in the grass.
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot. That's going to be an upgrade for me in 2023. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, sure.
By the way, this made me think of another show, which could be centered around just most ridiculous swimrun kit inventions. But
it's true.
Another time.
There are a lot, especially if you look back at like the olden times, the old stuff people were doing.
Yeah, I feel like we'd have to come up with a new name that didn't like demote the value
like
because at the time,
maybe
early
like the necessary
primitive technology of swimrun.
Yeah, like the evolutionary science behind swimrun. Yeah.
Science and quadruple quotes. All right, any other nominations for that category?
No.
Well, I was thinking more about like what other
on.
weird flotation pieces I used to do. Like there was the thigh floats. I used to take my little hydro flask and fill it with air and stuff it in my suit. Like I just had these little like air pockets all over my being, and that's not smart.
You part cinder block or something? Why do you think you're sinking right to the bottom of the ocean?
She would eat like a whole can of beans beforehand, so she just had like a gas bubble in her abdomen. I mean, she was taking it to extremes.
I swore you to secrecy. I thought that was in the vault.
Yeah. Just like crop dust all over Lake James or something.
It also serves as a motor.
This category.
All right.
Moving right along. Guys, I never...
All right, flatulence. So,
I never ate beans. All right? Never ate beans.
Nothing against them, though.
This is a safe place. Again, no one's listening anymore, so we're all good. Okay.
Mom,
now this
I never ate beans.
This is the Future is So Bright I Have to Wear Shades Award, and this is for next-gen items that don't even exist yet, but should. So, Chipper, this was your category, so have at it, Hoss.
Okay. I will, and if this is this could be a gold mine for if you're a equipment company and you're looking for user product research, this is a gold mine opportunity. We'll just clip it up and send it over to you. I'm going to state a problem I have, and someone can make a product to solve it. We'll just go there.
Okay.
A few things. I think I want to start utilizing the salt tabs more. And they come in these blister packs, but in my experience, the blister packs have gotten pierced during the event, and then when you go to actually use the salt tab, it's all been watery, it's already been activated. So a better salt consumption, electrolyte consumption vehicle during the race.
I even have the dispenser for you. We're talking a waterproof modified Pez dispenser.
Yes.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes.
I like that.
That would totally work. I mean, wouldn't that work? Just pop the top, you know, have like
Michael
with the
head of Michael Lemmel on top.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. The high priest of Swimrun.
And, and in next year's most unused compression bandage category would be the head on your self-tab dispenser. I'm sorry, but that's great.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
so
a great idea, Chipper. Some sort of like waterproof kind of like situation for that, though. Easy to access, but safe to. You can count on.
The Pez dispenser, because that sort of is very paralleled to another unsolved problem I have about not relying on course nutrition, and so how do I carry my pH powder packs to use, like if I am filling my bottle up. Otala is the most prevalent example, but like I could have used 6 of those packs during the race. How can I some waterproof?
Well, maybe they come in a little Pez like pellet too, and you pop one of those too.
So we need some waterproofing, and then either pill or powder or the little fizzy tabs or whatever necessary.
Yeah, I feel like this pH, if you're listening, this is for you, just to like re-package your stuff. You know how in those emergency...
Yeah, I mean, it's really just the tabs. They already have them.
Yeah, the round things in the...
Yeah.
But
what am I saying?
those tablets taste different than the packet mix, I've noticed.
Well, that's just like a chemistry thing. They just got to somehow figure out how to put it in a solid form, right?
Yeah. I feel like it tastes different, though. Maybe that's just me.
Maybe
it does the same thing, so
yeah, adapt to the taste.
But yeah, that's a good call. I think if I can summarize Chipper's thing is like, hey, being able to carry onboard hydration, electrolyte solutions that you can access quickly, but that are totally waterproof, and you can count on it.
And for people who maybe want to eat like real food that they make, I think it was the Dirksons. They took those smoothie, those they're not smoothies, they're baby food. I used to think they were adult smoothies, but they're baby food, and refilled those. Like that's a great idea, but something that maybe doesn't chafe too much.
Yeah.
So, mine is actually really similar to Chipper's, which is some sort of water holder, camelback kind of situation designed specifically for swim run. So you can
Remember we talked about this?
Yep, we talked about it after Worlds, right? So that one,
the wetsuit,
such a good idea, with some sort of little straw coming out of somewhere.
Yes. That was one of the things on my list, but don't worry, I got many more. But yeah, I 100% agree with that. I think that's going to be coming. I'm working with ARC on developing that right now.
In real time.
I'm totally joking. No. Yeah. They selected me to help them develop that. No, but yeah, I agree.
It's very rigorous research.
What you got, Brooke? I'm curious now that I know you've got a long list.
Well, I think my first thing on the list, it kind of was that wetsuit thing, but actually more pressing than that. I would like race directors to design a race bib that does not get in the way of cabbing down and up. And maybe, I don't know what this is yet. Maybe it's a tube top. I don't know.
Actually, you know what? Brooke, we're like on the same wavelength, so I've thought about this too. And you know what it could be? You know how in the World Cup and soccer, like the captains wear like an armband?
An armband.
Why can't you wear like a neoprene armband or something that has your number?
So it'd have to be kind of like on your forearm, maybe,
or a calf sleeve or something,
or a calf
sleeve.
A calf sleeve, something that because the armband you got to make sure that you can't cover it up with your arm sleeves on your wetsuit or right.
Yep. It has to be kind of like that.
Because we wear the chips on our ankle. Like it should be something else in that system. That is brilliant.
A calf sleeve would be super simple. And you could clearly see the number. And it could
or custom swim caps. Like more descriptive swim caps rather than what it is.
Yeah, I don't even get because the role of the jersey is to see clearly like category of racers and their number, right? So that's all you have to kind of cover.
I think safety on some level.
It is impractical. I agree. Now that I'm thinking it through,
charming.
it's like we're doing a sport. We need a jersey.
Yeah,
it's like here.
We don't. We really don't. Not for this sport.
We need a jersey that's like similar to a jersey you'd wear on a basketball court. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. Like the amount of R&D that we put into like streamlining our kits and like all the tech in the swimsuit or in the wetsuits, and then we put this like flappy piece of cloth on
that doesn't have like a front or a back, and
it's one size fits all.
And like it kind of clings to you.
And I dare you, anyone listening, to put that thing on without having a wetsuit underneath it. I dare you to look sexy, just wearing that thing out and about.
It's an automatic hit.
I used to wear my old race jerseys to the gym, like to work out.
Wow.
I thought it was like a cool muscle shirt until I'd like get to the gym and take one look at myself in the mirror and be like, oh God. This was the worst mistake.
Yeah, I mean,
trust me, I've tried. I've tried to look sexy in it, and it did not work.
Impossible.
Oh, you pulled off.
I feel like this should be an easy sell for race directors because it's one less thing they have to buy. Those things are expensive. Okay, this should happen yesterday.
Well, I know someone who is very intimate with a race director, and maybe he should pave the way.
Yeah. Totally.
I will just throw this out there as an alternative. An alternative. When Chris and I did that Folsom race, the Folsom swim run, they did not have the bibs. They instead gave us a race belt with a number that had to be worn across the finish line.
I would not like the belt because of all the things going on at the waist.
So we tidied the belt up and we wrapped it up basically and just stuffed it in the back. And then when we got out of the water on the last swim, before we ran across, I busted it out and I just clipped it on and then we ran across.
Okay, I guess that's okay, but there's some races where they're like, tracking your number as you're going through.
Yeah.
Right? Different checkpoints.
It was only 8 miles or something, so they managed without that. But
yeah, I think the calf sleeve is a great idea. But.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about 2023. I can't wait.
Because
2020,
do they have a 2023.
Wait, I have another invention.
Yep. Go for it.
Waterproof socks.
They're probably invented and they're snuggly. No, I think there should be body lube that doubles as sunscreen that possibly triples as nutritional gel.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
Why don't you just throw some CBD on there too?
Okay,
put CBDs
and pain relief. There you go. But is there body gel that doubles as sunscreen?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because it's meant. Yeah, you think. Anyways,
you're rubbing all over your body. Okay.
Yeah. There's any chemists listening? Can you explain that one to us?
Well, I will say I have applied body gel as sunscreen.
This is a great story.
We know this.
But I didn't. I don't know if I can't recall if I got more or less sunburned.
The slippery seal story.
Yeah. He PR'd his swim, though.
He PR'd his swim entry.
Yeah. Call me Flipper.
Zero resistance.
All right, Annie, what you got?
I came up pretty lean in this category, but I'm really inspired by what everyone else has come up with. I'm like, because I swim in a cold place, I'm always curious what's going to evolve for cold weather appropriate swim run tech. And like, I'm wondering if there could be, because, to be real, there are not that many swim run races that have extreme cold temps, but it could be a fun category for the sport to expand into.
Totally agree.
And like if there's a razor thin titanium fabric that they added to the Orno X that really does help with warmth. Like, I wonder if they could make like a full suit
Yes.
that had the Run Plus bottoms with that like titanium fabric in them, and then extended to the ankles or something. That would be pretty cool.
Oh, so it'd be like a running tight.
Yeah.
bottom,
Yeah,
ankle
exactly.
length tight. Oh.
Yeah.
I
So it would be like,
100% agree.
it would
yeah.
look like a full wetsuit, because that actually, now Orca has a thermal swim run suit, and I've like done some stuff in it, and my legs get very cold because they are bare. So
Yeah.
I'd be
Yeah.
psyched to see what could come down the pipe
Have you
with
tried shin
leg.
flats?
Yeah, have you tried that shin flip? No, but I
No.
agree with you in terms of like ideas for, this is like future gear ideas, but I agree with like future swim run event ideas, looking more at extreme, like colder weather swim runs.
Yeah,
Like
like
Pluto
like a
this year.
swim run in Scotland. The
Yeah.
water's cold as hell, but those
Yeah.
islands are really crazy.
Hellas
That'd be super
frostbite swim run.
Yeah.
The Arctic Circle.
Now, I will just, Chris and I, as we're always obsessing about gear, we noticed one of our friends, Mateo, in one of his races that he did, he actually wore 2 swimrun wetsuits for double the insulation. He wore the thermal kangaroo base layer, and then did he wear the VIG? And then
Yes.
the Orno over the VIG?
Yes,
Whoa.
exactly.
Whoa.
Plus arm warmers.
Exactly.
He's a
Whoa.
very
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 lean, no body
very
fat,
lean.
super fast. He was part of Team Arc Sports France that came in second in the World Championship last year. I actually asked him about it because he was like, he won some race, like he does, and he was cabbed down. But I was like, why is he?
He had a
I
whole
thought it was
suit
like an
on.
optical illusion. I thought I was like tripping out. I'm like, wait, he's cabbed down, but he still has arc on his shoulder. What's happening? So it was like one of those magic eye things. But so I just reached out to him. I'm like, hey, what's the deal with your setup, man? And he said, yeah, it's basically for warmth.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
smart.
yeah.
Well, that just begs the question, maybe for an invention of just an underlayer, just like a
Base
like
layer,
a liner,
like a thermal
liner that is the shape of your whole wetsuit, but doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be the external part of the wetsuit as well, if that's not interfacing with the water.
Because the thermal
Yeah.
undergarments that we have from Zone 3 and Arc are sleeveless.
Yeah, they're just tops,
So
right?
something that maybe even a long sleeve, and then you could layer arm
And
warmers
also
over that. That could
shorts
be
too.
interesting.
And Annie, maybe that could also be like you could have like a thermal
Like
layer
under tight.
bodysuit that would that would then serve for
Yeah,
your
kind of like in
cold water.
cycling where you put on the leggings and stuff.
Oh yeah, like knee warmers, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another place I could see this this gear really doing well is like the one water race, because when you're racing for days,
Yeah.
your legs covered.
Dude,
Yep.
when is that? Is that happen? Did that happen this year already?
It
It
happened
did.
this year already.
Yeah.
it's
We have
happening
4
next year.
episodes recapping the race.
Oh, okay. I gotta go. Okay,
You
sorry.
want to check them out.
I'll
No,
go
it's
back.
cool. No, it's cool. I'm just saying, like, hey, if you want to hear
I
all
do.
about it,
No, I
got
totally
you.
do. Yeah,
Got you.
I totally do.
It was epic. Short answer.
Multi
It's
teams,
crazy.
race director. We got it all.
Awesome.
And it was cold.
Yeah, not as cold as it could have
Was.
been, but still pretty cold.
Yeah.
Any other nominations for this category?
This is a real low hanging fruit, but a paddle cleaner that you can take your distances off and it doesn't fuck up your paddle.
Now that is some inside. That's what we love from Gear Talk. That's the real, just the minutia. I love it. I love it. All right. So our last category.
Oh shit! I didn't read the entire memo. What?
I think we established that already.
Wait. So Brooke, to be fair, in your memo, this was the top one. And it's the Golden Insert Something Here Award for Gear Item of the Year. And this is obviously going to be very subjective, but I certainly have mine.
Okay. I'll go first because
Go
I
for
don't
it.
think mine's that exciting, but I do have to say my favorite gear item of this year has been the Arc Corp. And that is because it is now my official training wetsuit, and it's still so nice. Like, I used to use my Orca Core as my training wetsuit when Arc was like my racing wetsuit. And now like I have a better Arc racing wetsuit. So now I use the Core as my training, and I just love having nice training gear. So that's been my favorite kit for this year.
It's awesome.
Love it.
It's a great suit. Great entry-level suit. Perfect for training.
Yeah.
My award is the Golden Closet Award. And the Golden Closet Award goes to, I'm getting meta again. I'm sorry, you guys.
It's the end of the show. Way to bookend.
Yeah, here I am. The Golden Closet Award goes to all of last year's gear that's in my gear closet, because lest anybody think that all of us are always getting the latest and greatest, I haven't gotten a ton of new gear this year, and I love my gear. So that's all I've got to say about that.
You know, that's a very healthy thing to mention as well. It's like we're talking about new gear. We're always talking about new gear, but hey, the gear you have is most likely just totally fine.
Yeah, so, and I love new gear, and I love like thinking about it or imagining how much faster it would make me at swimming. But the fact is, like, I've got great gear, and I don't need I don't lay in bed at night thinking, I wish I had a layer of titanium fabric in my Orno X. Even though, if it was there, it'd probably be great.
And you don't lay in bed at night thinking, I wish I had a walk-in closet that was just dedicated to my swimrun gear, like Chip.
Well, no, I certainly don't think that, because I do have that. It's called my entire office. No,
yeah, I know your swimrun. I know your swimrun closet.
My swimrun closet is not organized.
You know, in Chipper, my defense, thanks to the official Low Tide Boys gear loaner program, I don't have that many wetsuits in my house or pool buoys or a bunch of other stuff.
Great, you paid it forward. I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll have
maybe getting it back at some point. Maybe not. Yeah, Chipper has some medium talls available.
Medium talls. My Gear of the Year award, it goes to I have two. That's okay. The first one, the PFH 90 Jumbo Gel.
Yes,
I would say that was a game changer for me. Obviously, it's no secret that we elevated our nutrition and fueling game this year, but I was always one that would just grab, Chris can attest to this, he's seen my neuroses many a time, handfuls of gels, bring 20, 30 gels, and then it was almost like too many, I couldn't even process them. And the Jumbo Gel is like 3 gels in one, and they're easy, they're very handy with the little squeeze, quick
nipple
bite valve on the end. It's really enabled me to fuel more consistently and longer throughout.
Are they bigger than the Sport and Science gels? They're probably more calories than the Sport and Science gels. Oh, dang!
So it holds 90 grams. Yeah. So per
definitely bigger.
Yeah,
it's 360 calories.
Nice
per one, but it has 90 grams of carbs.
That is pretty awesome.
And a convenient screw top. And you put the little bite valve on there, you're ready to go. And then I'm gonna say, yeah, that's my one award. Chris?
I mean, that's a good one. So for me, it's definitely make sure I get the name right. The Adidas Terex Speed Trail Ultra. So this is what some people call the 240s. It's been an amazing swimrun shoe. I kind of stumbled upon it when I was just trying to find other shoes that drain well, and it turned out it was like sort of the hit shoe that a ton of people were using at Worlds, including the winners. I think in all 3 categories even. So it was a great shoe. I'm loving it. I have a pair that I've just been running trails with, which I love, and did a couple swim runs in after Worlds. And my biggest regret was not just, I mean, my personality would not have allowed this, but I wish I would have worn them at Worlds. I had them with me, but I didn't wear them. And as a bonus, I just checked like about an hour ago. These shoes are currently on sale on Adidas.com for 50% off in certain colorways.
Dude.
So they're basically $80 instead of $160. So it's pretty nice.
I have a pair
nice
as well.
deal.
Can
you say that name again? That long ass name again?
Adidas Terrex Speed Trail Ultra.
Adidas Terrex Speed Trail Ultra. So you know how I bought like
oh yeah, your Innovates.
Yeah, I'm like,
are you running out?
Yeah, I'm down to 2 pairs now from my 8 initially.
Honestly, I cannot.
Innovates?
That's a lot of Innovates.
It is, but not anymore. It's not enough.
It's ironic that you have these Innovates, but you didn't actually innovate past them.
I know. You know, when I find something I like, I stick to it. But I might give these a try as long as they're not like, because sometimes Adidas are pretty narrow, and I got a Flintstone foot.
No, these are actually pretty wide in the footbed, like sort of a little bit more of a natural, open toe box kind of thing. It isn't huge. It's not like an Ultra or something, but yeah, I've been like totally loving them to the point where I don't see an application unless it's like super muddy or something. What I would use like my all time favorite shoe anymore, which is the Salomon Amphibs 2 S Labs.
Wow.
Dude, and I love the colors. Oh, of course, these are the men's. Men's always have the cool colors.
You could still get your according size.
Yeah, you can sort it out.
Barney.
Yeah, they're great.
Great.
That's I guess it's the Golden Boot Award in honor of World
yeah.
Cup.
All right. I'm impressed that we made a show out of that, you guys. I mean, no one listens to it, but
we're getting all these people. It's like, hey, we heard it all the way to the end, assholes.
Yeah. Don't they get something special if they listen all the way to the end?
Oh, yes.
Special opportunity?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I should have mentioned that in the beginning.
Good reminder.
Oh, yeah. Totally forgot. Okay. So this was...
This is going to really weed out the people who listen, though.
Yeah.
This is great.
If you have an idea for the Future So Bright Afterwear Shades Award, which again is for a next generation item that doesn't exist yet but should, DM us the top 3 submissions that we think are worthy. We're going to mention them on our show, and you're also getting a set of Arc blades in their limited edition army green colorway, something like that. We have a small, a medium, and a large set. So, go at it in our DMs. Let us know what item you think should exist in Swimrun but doesn't yet.
Heck yeah. That's nice. The true believers are going to be DMing you.
Yeah.
True followers.
We want something creative. People.
Betsy Hewlett, my mom, DM stands for direct message.
Hey, Betsy, why don't you slide in the DMs?
Yeah, so I guess that's the awards. Hope people enjoyed them. Pretty random, but it's kind of our brand of super
if you have
content.
Send us your opinions. We always love to hear what other people are enjoying, or especially I think. Can we just say that should just be a ongoing award that we give out?
Yeah, and maybe it should be an ongoing meme of y'all's. Like every time you see something, just kind of post a picture with hashtag. Well, guys, I think that's a Christmas gift wrap.
It's got a nice bow on it. Let's kick it to Annie for a nice laugh as we send it off.
Oh my God, I am not ready for this. I'm just closing the doors on my walk-in golden swimrun closet, and I'm walking inside. Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
We'll close the doors on 2023.
Right,
2022.
It's 22. Yeah, it's 2023.
I know, my head's all fucked up. Anyway. See you next year, everybody.
That was fun. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Well, that's it for this week's episode. Thanks so much for listening to the show. Make sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and leave a review, since that's the best way to help other people discover the show and the sport of swimrun.
Sign up for our newsletter at lowtideboys.com. That's boys with a Z. And check out our meme page at the Low Tide Boys on Instagram. If you have any suggestions for the show or questions for us, send us a DM or an email at lowtideboys@gmail.com.
We'd like to thank Riding Easy Records for our show music, and of course our wives for their support and tolerance of all our swimrun activities, podcast, and other stuff.
Yeah, other stuff. Way to keep it PG. Finally, you can support our efforts on Patreon. Until next time, get out there and go for a swim.
Go for a run.
Then another swim.
Then another run.
And then another swim.
And then another run.
And then just keep going.
So
you're done.
So you're done. Or maybe can't
And then
stop.
stop.